guys, it's me, Dominique, coming at you with a new video. As you guys, if you follow me on Twitter, or as you can hear, I have been sick for the last couple of days. I'm slowly but surely getting over a small cold, so I know I sound a little congested, and because I've been sick, it took a lot for me to get it together today and make myself look presentable. If I told myself, you look better, you feel better, so I got myself together a little bit earlier today to make myself feel better in time for this video. Okay, first I'm going to start off. This is going to be a recap for season 6 episode 12. We're going to start with the first scene. First scene is Peter and Cynthia. They're at bar 1 celebrating their 3rd anniversary. I can't believe it. Cynthia said it's been 3 years. I couldn't believe it's 3 years. I didn't even realize they've been together 3 years. I mean, well, been married 3 years. I didn't even realize that. So the scene starts with their friend Natalie and Chris. Chris is friends from Cynthia, with Cynthia from way back. Natalie was friends with Peter from way back, and they're together, and they just moved to Atlanta. I don't know if they were trying to get a part on the show too, but it seems like everybody's making appearances this season. Anyway, they're new, and then I guess because she knows, of course, through the grapevine in Atlanta, that Cynthia knows Kandi, so she brings it upon herself to say that Todd dated one of her friends, and Todd's an opportunist. Now that she said Todd's an opportunist, it kind of makes you think. When Mama Joyce was like, oh, they said the streets. Maybe the streets was talking. Maybe Mama Joyce wasn't all the way crazy about what she was saying about Todd being an opportunist, because here it is, the woman is talking about her friend who was actually dating Todd, and Todd was probably using her friend and trying to come up through her friend, and goes into Peter being romantic, which I thought was kind of sweet. That, you know, he put the little dinner together and they had their little cutesy thing going on. One thing I will say is, Natalie and Christopher look like they've been together 18 years. They look like they've been together 18 years, and they look like they've been struggling for 18 years. I mean, you were coming to a bar. Come on, you were coming to a bar in Atlanta, and you knew you was going to be on a TV show. You should have got it together a little bit more. Natalie, her hair. Christopher, come on. I know y'all may not be making a lot of money, but you know you could have went and got that teeth whitening for that one discolor too. It was just throwing me off. Like, I couldn't stop looking at his mouth, and it was just bothering me. They just looked real raggedy for their first scene in an Atlanta club on a TV show. Like, it's not like you didn't know you was going to be on film and you didn't know to dress better. I'm hoping that was not your best that you were dressed in a scene or whatever. And this looks like to me, whatever Peter paid him to sing, I'm not going to say he designed it back, because he didn't, but I just felt like he should have been more put together, especially knowing he was going to a nightclub and he was going to be filming. Okay. We're going to go into the next scene with Kandi. Sandy, my best friend, is talking about me. So Kandi is in the scene talking with Don Juan, another guy, regarding the musical and everything that needs to be done with the musical, everything that's going on with the musical. One thing I didn't like what Kandi did is that Kandi threw Todd under the bus, saying that he wasn't a part of it. He was just jumping ship, knowing, like, this is still your man, this is still your fiance, husband to me, or by now I think they're married. This is still your man. Like, the way you threw him under the bus, like, wasn't cool for people who are ready, especially like Don feels like y'all don't even supposed to be together. Don's already calling y'all out, and then the way y'all was talking about it, the way you were saying that, you know, Todd was thinking a certain way about the play, and then Don started to think that way, but you just seemed like Kandi just seemed determined to do it. So Don was like, alright, whatever, your money, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be here to help you like I've always been, but whatever. Next thing we're going to go into is Nene. So Nene finally goes and visits Portia at her new house, which is right around the corner from Nene. Nene finally goes to visit. So she walks in the house. I noticed that Nene is the only person that says, oh, Portia, this house is perfect for you. Portia family did not say that. Kandi and Phaedra told her the truth. But Nene is the only person like, oh, this house is perfect for you. It's so nice. It's this and that. Like, but in the confessional, you saying, oh, Portia does not need this house. She's a single woman. But then, and then you talking about real friends. That's not a real friend. For you to be a real friend, you need to tell her in the front of her face, like, Portia, this is too much for you. But then you wait till you get behind the confessional, but you the same one always talking about real friends. But Nene, it seems like one to live beyond her means anyway. So, of course, she would sit there and egg Portia on, but then turn around in the confessional and say, oh, this ain't for Portia. But, of course, I have a love-hate relationship with Nene. One minute, I'm like, oh, I'm not for Nene. And then the other minute, I'm like, okay. Because when she was talking about Kenya, I totally agree with her. Because she was like, come on, Kenya. You keep talking about this Nigerian, African man, your boo, your sweetheart. But nobody knows who he is. Nobody has ever met him. But you keep saying he's doing this and he's doing that. Why is he such a big secret? Like I told y'all last time. I think he's another big papa like Kim. So that's just my opinion. And then, like, Portia, I loved Portia's hair in that scene. It was really nice. I know that's her little hairline, even though it's kind of expensive for my taste. The hair was really nice. So I feel like she promotes her hair on the show. So, you know, she got her little income coming in. Maybe Portia's not all the way as not smart as we think she is. The next thing we go into Kenya. Kenya's at her new place with her family, and I guess that's when she breaks to her family that she wants to have a child, and she's going to a fertility clinic, and she's going to try to have a baby with other means besides, I guess, the traditional way. And was it just me that was bothered by her leave out? Hold on, let me check my leave out. Okay, I ain't got no hair sticking up. It ain't all the way blended. Okay. But wasn't me, or that little piece of leave out was bothering me. It just kept making me pat out my head. Because I was like, I want to say, Kenya, just do this. Do that, Kenya. But it was really, really bothering me, that little leave out area. But she's sitting here talking about having a child. I know Kenya feels like her biological clock is ticking. And she's talking about having a child. But like her aunt, I think it was, I think you should be in a relationship first. Be secure in a relationship first before you bring a child to that. I mean, that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own ways of doing things. Maybe everybody feels like, okay, maybe she don't need a man. Maybe she go to a fertility clinic. But I just feel like Kenya, even though, you know, if that's the route she wants to go, I feel like Kenya needs to address her own issues with her mother before she goes and brings the child into the situation. Because I feel like she's just trying to have a child right now because she wants a child to close the gap or bridge the gap of the issues that she has with her mother. So she feels like if she has a child and loves the child the way her mother should have loved her, she'll feel better and her life will be better and she'll be all good. Kenya needs, I just feel like Kenya needs to address that before bringing a child into her life. Also, I feel like Kenya keeps bringing up this whole African man, Nigerian man, her boo, her sweetie, her man. But you're talking about having kids with him. You're not knowing if you want to have kids with him. But yet, you don't even want to tell the world who he is. Like, that just seems crazy to me. It just seems like she's hiding something because of that whole thing what happened with Walter and the whole rented boyfriend situation and saying it's more than what it really is. And that's why she's kind of shying away and keeping this one away because she can tell her friends and she can tell us whatever she wants to tell us, but we'll never know the truth about what's really going on with them because we don't know who he is, so nobody can really question him or whatnot. The next thing is, as you guys know, Rain is making her appearance, as you guys can hear. For those of you who are not subscribed to me or who don't know who Rain is my 18-month-old daughter. It's not a video without her making her appearance in the video. So the next thing we go into is with Kandi. Kandi sounds slightly bitter when she's talking to Todd. Like, she's upset with Todd not being a part of the musical production. But, like, she kind of, you know, trying to throw digs at him. And then they go through this whole thing. And then it's like, the more as the season goes on, I start to feel like their relationship is, like, kind of, it's like something's missing from their relationship. And then all of a sudden, the job offers that Todd was so quick to take in the beginning, all of a sudden he's not going to take the job. I think what happened was Todd was all for taking the job, but because he probably wasn't hired, or there probably wasn't what he was looking for, all of a sudden he doesn't want to take the job anymore, so he wants to jump back on the bandwagon with Kandi. And Kandi is like, I mean, as I guess as an outsider looking in, I see something like that. But Kandi, because that's her man, and she feel like, oh, he's choosing. It's like Kandi's kind of feel like, oh, he's choosing me, and what we're doing over this, he loves me. No, I just feel like, he couldn't get that job, so now he's trying to hop back on Kandi and trying to put his name on that. So regardless of whatever, he's still attached to that as far as money and stuff wise. The next scene is at Cynthia's house. Cynthia, another girls trip, whatever. I don't know, is the girls trip or the girls getting together going to be a thing this season? It just seems like that way. So another girls trip is planned to the winery. Cynthia wants to invite Natalie. To me, I feel like in a lot of situations, when they putting certain people together, I feel like they being a little messy. Cynthia wants to invite Natalie. Okay, granted, Natalie's your friend. Natalie is new in town, and you want to introduce her, you want to have her around. But in the same token, I feel like Natalie already done told you this little tea about Kandi, so you know there's some way it might come up. That's just me. And then here's Mal in the background when she hears Kenya's name, and then she see Kenya walks in. She's really not here for Kenya, and because it don't even seem like Kenya spoke to her. It seemed like, I don't know, I can't remember if Kenya spoke to her. Kenya might have said her hi, but she gave everybody this language. I don't know, but it just seemed, you could see the tension between them. And then Kenya puts out some little tea like, hold up, Natalie and Christopher, from what he told me, that's not his wife. He said that was his common law wife. But Cynthia was like, well, they said they've been married for 18 years, so it's like, it's kind of like, what is it really? It just makes you think. And Nene talking about, oh, being around these girls, I need a drink. No, Nene, you just like a drink. That's it. You don't have to have a reason to want to drink, Nene. Nene, you just like to drink. And then, you know, when they do the little cut-off scenes, like the little short scenes in between the commercials, Marlo is a hater. I didn't really watch that season. I guess I kind of missed that season when Marlo was on there a little bit more. I don't remember watching the whole season. Maybe I watched bits and pieces of episodes and then a reunion, because I don't remember seeing Marlo that much. But I'm not here for Marlo. I'm good. She just seems like a hater. Is Kandi still fat? Is Phaedra still fat? But then you see Marlo get out the little van or whatever, and like, Marlo, you not skinny though. Of course, they always say the best for last. The last scene is the girls at the winery sitting at the table when all types of teas are being spilled. So, but first I want to start off when everybody was like, oh, look, Kandi, we had the trip, because everybody know Kandi is engaged. So, you know, everybody's talking, wants to bring up Todd and the wedding, whatever. And Kandi's like, well, you know, I just want to go down and get married. I don't want everybody, you know, I want a big wedding. But she already know, if she have a big wedding and she has like a ceremony, she knows her mama's going to be like, I object. Because even though Mama Joy says she's going to stay out of it, she's really not. So, we get to the table when everybody goes to talking about relationships and whatnot. Of course, Kenny would be Natalie brings up her husband and her. I mean, that was, in a sense, I feel like that was rude of Kenya for bringing that up. Because if you're going to say it, I mean, if he told you one thing, I feel like you're just trying to create something with this girl, Natalie. Because why would you bring it up if you're not trying to create, or you're not trying to make her look bad? But anyway, Kenya brings up the fact that she talks about her and her husband eloped 18 years ago. And Kenya brings up the fact, well, that's not what he told us. He told us y'all wasn't married. So, which one is it? How long y'all really been together? Like, what you really telling people? And I feel like somebody is going to go digging, and somebody's going to really find out how long her husband been married, if they're even married. You know, somebody is going to go looking for that information. And then you see Phaedra with her Her faces. Phaedra is always making the faces, and then you hear, and then Phaedra, of course, in the confessional is talking about common law. Okay, there's a difference. And the state of Georgia does not recognize common law, just like the state of Florida, where I live at, does not recognize common law. Like all those years me and my husband been together, we could have been called common law, but the state of Florida does not recognize common law, so we're like legally binded, married. Just to let that out there, we're not common law. But after she brings that up, then she wants to pull back and she wants to be like, well, I'm going to just stay out of it. No, Kenya. You already done brought it up. How you going to stay out of it and you already brought it up? It is what it is. Here comes Marla like, oh no, Kandi, you can't do that. Don't do that. You got to get married. You got to have a big, lavish ceremony wedding so we can come because we just need another reason to party and be on the social scene and just be around the elites and the celebrities and whatnot. So bringing up your friend inside, but then how you gonna say, oh, you did it? No, if you're gonna come for somebody, you come for Kenya. You say, oh, well, my husband told me this about you. Don't say, oh, you did it, Kenya, and then try to come for Kandi and then bring up your friend and then backpedal and say, oh, you didn't say he was an opportunist. Yes, you did. You got unanimously the table said yes, you say he was an opportunist. So the fact you played the recording back, you did say he was an opportunist. I mean, own up to it and say, well, yeah, he used my friend. Maybe y'all different, but yeah, when he was my friend, he was on some other stuff and he was using her. So that's just why I say that, because I'm speaking from the experience of what I know about Todd. Todd may be a different person with you, but I'm just saying, I'm just speaking on what I know about Todd. Since you want to say he's an opportunity, since I'm the best of the best, I'm the cream of the crop, I guess he ain't trying to go up from here. I'm what it is because I look good and I have all the money. I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm a millionaire. So how much better can Todd do than me? Obviously, well, I'm the cream of the crop. He's going to stay with me. He moved up from your friend and whoever else, but it gets no better than me. And that's what, I mean, it was cute. It was cute, the little, what Kandi said. It was cute how she shut everything down. But I don't know. I'm kind of weary because it's been put out there. Now I feel like, I don't know. I just feel uneasy about Todd, because even that little phone call he took in the scenes prior at the little theater thing, and I'm like, was that a business call or was it his other woman? I don't know. I guess because people now putting it out there, I'm starting to like, maybe Todd ain't on the up and up. But I hope this gave my review. I hope my review, my recap was okay. As you guys can hear, I'm still sick, so I gave you the best of what I can give you guys. So this is it. I know it wasn't that long. I just talked about the key points that stuck out to me. So yeah. So if there's any comments, questions, or concerns, you know, you can leave them below in the comment section. Hit me up in my inbox or my email. My links for my social networks will be below. My Instagram and Twitter and my email will all be below. And until next video, I'm out.